We are ready to start the second half here at Santa Rosa Junior College's Bailey Field, 21-16. Team totals from the first half. The Bear Cubs amassed 12 first downs. Delta just 9. Rushing yardage, the Bear Cubs got 30 yards on the ground, 222 in the air for Delta College, 49 on the ground, 149 in the air. Total yardage, 252 yards for the Bear Cubs, 198 for Delta College. The big plays in that first half, however, were the turnovers. Both teams turned it over a couple of times, and both teams took advantage of those turnovers, Gehrig. And what do you expect to see from the second half? What adjustments will these coaches be looking for to change the complexion of the game?
Well, it's a defensive game. It's a field position game. That's first and foremost what this game has become today. Field position and defense. Both offenses really kind of inconsistent. They move the ball sometimes, can't move the ball other times. Turn the ball over, score a touchdown. So what this is going to come down to, in my opinion, is who's going to have less amount of penalties, who's going to not turn the ball over. In a defensive game like this with field position and inconsistent offenses, it's going to come down to turnovers and penalties. There's been a lot of penalties in this game from special teams, offense, and defense for both teams. Whoever can kind of minimize that and then be a little more efficient on offense will take full control of this game in the second half.
Expect to see a little more of Gehrig James in the second half. He had some great carries, was used sparingly, but when he did run the ball, he was very effective.
I would say so, and that's when he was in, the Bear Cub offense was at its best in the first half when Gehrig James ended up running back. Now, Jay Ferguson can certainly do some things well. He's the starting running back for a reason, but I would tend to play the hot hand in the case of Gehrig James.
Bear Cubs dropping back deep. Gehrig James along with Ben Putnam as we get set to start the third quarter of play. Low kick. Putnam come up and scoop this one up. Could have let it go out of bounds, and probably would have been the right move to make. They would have got it at the 35 had that happened. Instead, he gets out to about the 27.
Yeah, interesting with the kickoff team closing on. You certainly don't want them to get possession of the ball.
Mitch Hood completed 19 of 27 in the first half, one interception. It was a big interception, too, right near the goal line. Penalty yardage has to be a concern for both teams. Delta was penalized 8 times, the Bear Cubs 5 times.
And this second half, you really want Mitch Hood, the quarterback for the Bear Cubs, to really manage the game, control the tempo, don't make mistakes.
First and 10. First pass complete to James. James starts the second half, stiff arms a player, then puts his head down and gets out to about the 31-yard line. Nice job by Gehrig James.
And there we see the swing
first pass
again,
complete to James. James starts the second half, stiff arms a player, then puts his head down and gets out to about the 31. Here we go, second down and 7. Hood fires it. Kerr Johnson at the 35, and he's going to be a couple yards short of the first down. Nice throw and catch. Lewis Otis knocks him out of bounds for the Delta Mustangs. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, that's your hitch route from the outside receiver. 6-yard hitch, quarterback, GST footwork, gets the ball out quick. You want to do that when the corners are playing off, which Delta is right now.
3rd down and a couple. James will try to pick it up on the ground. It's going to be close. I don't believe he got there. It'll depend on the spot. The line judge is actually beyond the first down marker, and they will move the chains.
Another inside zone run by James, and that's what he does best. The inside zone and the swings. Got to keep him involved, get him in a rhythm.
So the Bear Cubs get the first down. Hood with a hitch and go, and he's got Kerr Johnson at the 40, breaks a tackle at the 30, still going, down inside the 10, touchdown Santa Rosa, Kerr Johnson goes the distance, 62 yards, touchdown Bear Cubs.
So hitch and go there, Mitch Hood to Kerr Johnson. Looks wide open. That's actually a very difficult throw. Cover 2, two high safeties. He's got to put it on a laser beam one ball right in the window near the sideline on Kurt Johnson. Kurt does the rest.
That was pretty. Andros Pedros now to try to add the point as the Bear Cubs come up big on offense. Kevin Ballatore extremely excited on the Bear Cubs sideline, as that's what they've been trying to do with Kurt Johnson all year long. He is a big play guy, and right here he does make a big play. So 28-16 Santa Rosa.
We can't give Mitch Hood enough credit for that. If he threw that on a higher trajectory, that was probably intercepted by the safety. He got that thing down. We call that a one ball, the lowest trajectory you could throw right in the window there. So it certainly looked easier than it was.
There you see the extra point again. Pretty play, Mitch Hood to Kurt Johnson. And here it is again.
Good shoulder pump fake. There it is, the one ball right in that window. Good clean route by Kurt Johnson as well, really selling the hitch route, getting his shoulders down at the 6-yard mark, and then bursting out of it.
Malcolm Jenkins and Kurt Johnson, the Annalee High School grads, celebrating. No excessive celebration this time. I don't see a whole lot of difference between what they did there and what they did last time. Maybe something that was said.
Yeah.
Here comes the kickoff.
The only thing I could think of was some type of profanity in the last occasion.
Darian Grimm brings it out of the end zone. Grimm all the way out to the 21-yard line.
And that could be a face mask penalty.
Penalty marker on the play.
Either a hold on the return team or a face mask on the kickoff coverage.
Mark Aldridge, our referee. Thank those of you watching from around the country today here on our live stream on YSN 365. Greenville, North Carolina in the house watching today. That's awesome. Palm Desert. It's kind of great the way you can use the Google Analytics and how it lights up all across the country. South Hill, Washington, watching us live right now as we see Mark Aldridge make the call. So Delta gets a little breathing room after the penalty out to the 36-yard line. Pruitt at quarter. I know this is Lopes. Handoff straight ahead and not much doing there as William Lewis is hit right near the line of scrimmage and bounced backwards. Henry Stelzner, Defensive Player of the Week for Northern California Football Conference, makes the tackle.
And that's been the most impressive part of the Bear Cub entire team today is their D-line linebackers just really controlling that box.
Lopes to throw, and he's looking for the deep ball. Grimm is out there, and he can't get it. Question is, did Benjamin get turned around enough? They're saying yes, he did. I got to admit, I don't think he looked back to the ball much at all on that.
No,
see if we can see it on the replay.
And they're going to the JC, the Bear Cub toolbox there with a hitch and go. Underthrown, had him beat. Ends up in an incompletion.
3rd and 10. Bear Cubs trying to get the Delta offense off the field quickly here at the start of the 3rd quarter and grab tons of momentum for their offense. Stelzner showing blitz. He's coming. Lopes throws it over the middle, complete. That's going to be near a first down all the way out to the 50-yard line. As Lopes with a perfect pass and a pickup of 14 yards, and the Mustangs move the chains.
Yeah, that was a deep pivot route by their Z receiver, outside receiver to the right. He curled, and Miles Gardea was actually right underneath the curl in perfect position, and then he shuffled out to the sideline. Good throw by the quarterback.
Lopes to throw, in traffic, caught. Hammonds has it at the 39-yard line. That's going to be another first down for Delta College. Lopes with a couple of very nice throws, hitting his receivers in traffic as the Mustangs march it down the field now at the 39 of the Bear Cubs.
And they're definitely speeding up their tempo. Maybe that was a halftime adjustment.
Hand off William Lewis, and he gets down to the 36-yard line as the Bear Cubs defense does a better job this time. First man on the scene was Adam Blum out of Kristianstad, Sweden. He is a long way from home. 2nd and 8 after Blum makes the tackle. Lopes looking toward the end zone deep. Hammonds is out there, but it's intercepted at the goal line by Keith Benjamin. Great job by Benjamin to come down with that. And the Bear Cubs will take over. Great play.
And Keith Benjamin, first half, got beat a couple times. Here on the 9 route, on the deep ball, he turns his hips nicely, runs way past the receiver, and ends up at the point where the ball drops down.
The Benjamin brothers out of El Cerrito High School
Twins
have been a big part of this Bear Cub defense for the last 2 years. I saw them play in high school too. They were great offensive and defensive players in high school. 3rd turnover of the day for the Delta Mustangs. And the Bear Cubs now with a 12-point lead here in the 3rd quarter. The officials are talking something over. So here we go, 1st and 10. Mitch Hood with Janarik James in the backfield. It's been the Annalee players that have really come up big today for Santa Rosa Junior College. Here comes another one. James almost pulled down by the jersey, but he breaks free and gets out past the 30 to the 31-yard line. Daniel Ruffin knocks him down, but that's a pickup of 11 yards for Janarik James.
Yeah, inside zone play, going to the left. He realizes that the left tackle has his guy reach, so he bounces it outside. Nice game.
1st and 10, Bear Cubs. James again, left side, not much there. He is met at the 33-yard line. Gary Schaefer knocks him down right there. Bear Cubs looking to use a little clock right here. They've got a 12-point lead. They've got some momentum. Second down and 8. Hood looking over the defense. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. And he'll go to the air. Looking for Kurt Johnson. He's got a step. Johnson runs under it. He's gone. Touchdown Bear Cubs. Mitch Hood and Kurt Johnson come alive here in the 3rd quarter. And the Bear Cubs add to the lead.
We saw them take those chances the first half. Now they're completing them. And that was Kevin Balatori's key to the offensive game plan. Can they complete the deep ball? This half they have.
Perfect throw.
There we see Kurt Johnson go. Yeah, it goes right around the cornerback. Mitch Hood drops it right in there. That's a 3 ball, puts it on a high arc trajectory. And if I'm Delta defensive coordinator right now, I'm really thinking about loosening up my corners, getting them out of their back pedal quicker and providing some safety help over the top.
Extra point for Pedroza. Low snap, trickles to him. Beltran handles it somehow, but the kick is no good. So the Bear Cubs settle for 6 on this one. So we'll take a break right here, and we will be back with the kickoff. The Bear Cubs in control at 34-16.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Right now. Bear Cubs firing on all cylinders right now, and they are on a roll. Got some scores for you. Hancock 17, Pasadena City College 14. Sacramento City, that game's in the fourth quarter. Sacramento City 7, Modesto 0. That game is in the second quarter. And our live scoring updates presented by Dawn Jump, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Kickoff goes deep to Daniel Ruffin. Ruffin out past the 20 and is taken down at the 20-yard line. Today's game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Don Jump, bringing 25 years of experience to the Sonoma and Napa Valleys. She'd like to send a personal message to all student athletes. It's not how big you are, it's how big you play. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can find Don online at dawn@dawnjump.net for your home and auto and life insurance needs. So the Delta Mustangs now with a huge challenge, Gehrig. They've got to get some offense going. Not easy to do against this Bear Cub defense, and now that the Mustangs are in a situation where they've got to play catch-up, you can bet the Bear Cubs are going to be bringing some blitzers at them and make things really difficult.
And if Delta continues to run the ball like they are right here.
Nelson, nice run, and he gets out past the 35-yard line as he reels off a quick 16-yard run.
And that's their biggest run play of the game. But as I was saying, if Delta is going to be running the ball consistently right now, or if they're going to run it at all, it's simply to keep the Bear Cubs defense honest or to set up the play action, not because they're going to win the game by running the ball. The Bear Cub D-line and linebackers are just too good.
Comes Nelson again, right side this time as he bounces it and gets out past the 40 to the 42. Nelson's been pretty effective on the ground. He's got over 40 yards rushing on 7 carries. And here it comes again.
That's a power play designed to look like it's going to the left, and then he bounces it out right. DN has to force contain out there on the left side.
Second and a couple. They'll throw it this time far side. Hammonds takes it, leading receiver for this team, and he dives forward for a first down at the 47-yard line. Brendan White coming up and making the tackle. Brendan White out of Petaluma High School. Great career as a Trojan.
That's that quick pass game again from Delta. Just get the ball out quick, almost like a run play. If I'm Lenny Wagner or Dante DiPaola right now, I'd be concerned that they're setting up the pump and go on that on the outside.
Lopes throwing it deep. In coverage, picked off. Keelan Benjamin has it this time, and he's coming back the other way. Benjamin looking for blocking in the middle of the field. He's at the 40, and he's tripped up at the 42. What a tremendous catch by Benjamin.
That has to be the play of the game. A one-handed catch with his left hand. Full extension, one-handed interception. Amazing play.
Here it is.
Just taking a shot. The Bear Cub defense is just feasting right now.
Wow, one-handed, he went up for that and pulls it in. Incredible catch by Keelan Benjamin. The boys from El Cerrito are having a day here at Bailey Field. Sun has set now, and so the lights will take hold. It's going to be a beautiful evening, and the Bear Cubs have an 18-point lead. James straight ahead through a nice hole. Spins away from a couple guys. There's a marker down. James at the 40. Cuts back in the middle. Still going at the 20 to the 10. Touchdown, Santa Rosa. The question is, will this come back? There's actually 2 markers down. May have been a face mask. So this may count. It's a 57-yard run.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a face mask and decline. The touchdown is going to be good.
Here's that interception again. Let's see if we can get the touchdown. And here's James breaking into the open field.
There it is again. That's what he does best. The inside zone cutback. Linebackers overflowing to the left side. He cuts it back right, and then when he gets in the secondary, good luck catching it.
Yeah. Jannaric James having one of his best games as a Bear Cub. Unbelievable run.
And this is the type of stuff he did in high school at Annalee. A lot of people said too small, can't do it in college. Here he is replicating everything he did when he was in high school. He looks awesome tonight.
Definitely doing it again in college. Uh-oh, somebody went a little bit early. We'll have to show that again after the extra point. Here it is again. Are they going to move that a little bit closer or what? Gehrig James has electrified this crowd here at Bailey Field. So Bedros will kick it through again here. Bear Cubs have put 40 on the board. The offense has finally come to life.
3 for 3 on touchdowns.
And the kick is good.
Tigers on offense, really doing it tonight, and then the El Cerrito guys on defense.
All right, that electrifying run by Gehrig James, definitely worth another look. And Gehrig, this is just a thing of beauty. That was the extra point. We'll get to the run for James right here. There it is.
So play started left. They're in the spread. You got a nice, healthy 4-1 box. You really wanted to take advantage of that in the run game when you get a 4-1 box. That's 4 D linemen, 1 Mike linebacker, zone going to the left. Gehrig cuts it back right and then winds it back left all the way down the field. He's got very good center of gravity, very low to the ground. Hard to take down, very elusive, and deceptively fast.
Interesting, they're going to assess the penalty on the kickoff again. Now, I didn't see a penalty on the second extra point. There was one on the first extra point, so
this might be on the
play
from the face mask on Gehrig's touchdown.
There was a yellow flag, a red flag. I've never seen a red flag on the field. What's that all about? Let's see if they can pin him deep here. This one's going to be taken in the end zone by Darian Grimm. And look out, here come the Bear Cubs, and they take him down at the 4-yard line. The Bear Cubs playing with a lot of confidence right now.
The Bear Cubs certainly have had some special teams mistakes in this game, as in the roughing the kicker in the first half, the missed extra point, but their coverage teams, namely their punt and kickoff, it has been fantastic, getting down the field, swarming the ball carrier.
So the Bear Cubs clicking on all cylinders right now. Offense, defense. What a third quarter. They've already put 3 scores on the board. All 3 long plays. And Delta has got to be stunned. I mean, they were ahead 16-14 late in the second quarter, and now they trail 41-16 like 5 minutes later. Comes the run play. Jason Nelson out to about the 8-yard line. Depending on where they spot that, they're going to give him the 10, so he gains 2 yards.
So Delta has dug themselves quite a hole. The good news is, if there is any good news for Delta, is that there's plenty of time left. But the important thing is, if they're going to run, do it to set up the play action or the screen game, not use it consistently, because you can't run yourself back into this game, not with this Bear Cub defense.
Single back, Pruitt back in at quarterback. Nelson, nice hole, out to the 11, maybe got the 12-yard line before he's sandwiched by the red jerseys. And there's Brendan White again. How about that? Brendan White, who played quarterback in high school at Petaluma, that veer offense for Coach Rick Christ, doing his thing defensively here. He's a great overall athlete. Could run, could pass, could really do it all. And he's a great defensive player as well, getting his feet wet here on defense for the Bear Cubs today. Good to throw, tapped and picked. Jace Griffey at the 19-yard line, and the Bear Cubs offense will be back on the field.
So another freakishly athletic interception. That's 2 in a row, 2 series in a row. That was similar to the interception Mitch Hunt threw in the first half, where the defensive end intercepted the football. This was the outside linebacker, tipped it to himself, caught it. Now they're in a great field position.
Wow, what an incredible play that was. And here it is again. Boy, you see him, he had that read all the way.
They were trying to throw the slant route behind him off the play action fake. He was just right in the window.
First and 10. James to the 20. Down to the 17 and a late marker down. He may have been face masked again.
Yep.
Mark Aldridge, who's been busy today. Personal foul face mask. They're going to tack that on.
And that'll be half the distance to the goal.
Mitch Hood brings him back up to the line. James again, this time kind of bottled up at the 5-yard line. Better job defensively that time for Delta College. Boy, Jannark James making a statement about playing time for sure. You know, he's a guy that wants to be on the field, and you know, I can't argue with that the way he's played today.
Competitive guy. And we talked about them coming out of halftime. What team would not turn the ball over? And so far, Delta's thrown 3 interceptions this half.
Swing pass to James and read perfectly by the defense for Delta. And Mason Romo is going to knock James back. It's going to be 3rd down and goal for the Bear Cubs now. And they'll spot this back at about the 13-yard line. So they lost a couple yards on that one. So 3rd and goal, well within Andros Pedrosa's field goal range, of course. Bear Cubs looking to add to a 41-16 lead. Biggest offensive performance of the year for sure. Most of it here in this 3rd quarter. Hood steps up in traffic, fires it. Kurt Johnson makes the first guy miss, and he gets into the end zone. Nice move by Kurt Johnson. The Annalee Tigers coming alive here for the Bear Cubs. As Kurt Johnson scores again.
That was a little 8-yard in route by Kurt Johnson. Caught it about the 4-3-yard line. Found the hole in the defense, just sat it down. Mitch had to climb the pocket, slide to his right, and find him. Great play by both of them, too.
The Bear Cubs will go to Sacramento next week, so they'll be on the road. But I got to tell you, man, right now, Mitch Hood is looking like a very confident player. Much different than we saw early in this game. Kick is up, the kick is good. So the Bear Cubs now lead it 48-16. Today's game is brought to you by State Farm agent Dawn Jump, bringing 25 years of experience to Sonoma and Napa Valley. She'd like to send a personal message to all student athletes. It's not how big you are, it's how big you play. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can find Dawn online at dawnjump.net for home, auto, and life insurance needs. I'm going to take a look at that touchdown one more time. Great moves by Kurt Johnson, and Mitch Hood is starting to really come alive as the quarterback of this team.
Yeah, and we've seen glimpses of it in the first half in the previous couple games, but this is probably the best stretch of multiple series strung together by Mitch in his college career.
What a 3rd quarter, and there's still 7 minutes of play left. The Bear Cubs have erupted in this quarter for 4 touchdowns. Matt Thompson is doing the kicking now out of Eureka. He's kicked off the last couple times. Grimm back deep for the Delta Mustangs. Taken at the 5 by Deshaun Williams. And Williams makes some nice moves and gets thrown out at the 20-yard line. So Delta backed up deep. Some other scores: Grossmont 35, El Cerrito 14. That's a final. Hartnell 20, Mendocino 19. Also a final, Pasadena City 21, Allen Hancock 17. Sacramento City 7, Modesto 0. That's the team the Bear Cubs will be playing next week. That was in the second quarter. At halftime, Chaffee leads Golden West 14-3. Mount San Antonio 38, Santa Monica 6. Saddleback 25, LA Harbor 0. Our live scoring updates presented by State Farm agent Don Jump. Really appreciate our sponsors. We could use more. We'd like to expand our coverage, do more Bear Cub athletics throughout the year. Demario Hammonds takes the catch, knocked out by Benjamin. So if you'd like to see us cover more Bear Cub athletics throughout the year, please give us a call. Contact information on the website at ysn365.com. More sponsors, the more games, more cameras, the better the coverage we can provide you of SRJC athletics. First and 10. Pruitt looking to throw, fires it in and out of the hands of Hammonds. Might have heard first footsteps that time as Miles Gardia was right in his face.
And really nice pass protection for Pruitt there. He had the eternity to stand there in the pocket, scan the field, found his guy. Just can't hang on.
Second and 10. Grimm, and that was thrown well over his head. It's going to make it third down.
It looks like Grimm and the quarterback weren't on the same page there. A little arguing with each other after the play. Maybe Pruitt thought Grimm was going to do a different route.
6:32 to go here in this third quarter, and the Delta Mustangs have been boat raced here in this quarter. Kurt Johnson and Janarik James going off. Inside screen, Hammonds gets nothing. Brendan White is there again. He's had a nice third quarter for the SRJC defense. And once again, Delta will have to punt. Beautiful night here at Bailey Field. Look at the sky, it's just incredible right now. And the lights have taken hold. It's an absolutely gorgeous night here under the lights at Bailey Field. Make plans to be out here and join us later in the season. See if the Bear Cubs can continue this incredible season. And that one rolls out to about the 45-yard line.
Now we have a new quarterback coming in for the Bear Cubs.
So they'll spot it at the 46-yard line.
Looks like Tyler Okiyama making his appearance at quarterback.
Ah, yes. Haven't seen him yet this year out of Piner High School, originally from Guam. I remember when he came to Piner. It was a nice addition to their team in his senior year. And Okiyama's going to throw this one. I don't think the receiver thought he was going to do that. Ivan Hudson, the intended receiver. So the Bear Cubs getting a chance to get some guys in the game who maybe haven't played a lot. And it'll maybe take them a series or two to get used to being out there. And you know, they want to be on the field and they want to prove what they can do at this level.
Right, and that was actually a good decision by Okiyama. So that's a zone read. He read the defensive end. The end crashed. He pulled it. And then he still to throw it right there. And he did. It's just incomplete.
Yeah, Grimm is Okiyama is a great athlete. Handoff left side. Daryl DeFlorimonte. And Mason Romo makes the tackle that time. 48-16, Santa Rosa. Hope you're enjoying our live coverage here on YSN365.com. Fired into the middle, complete. Nice catch. Kealoha comes down with that one out of Mauna Lua Honolulu, Hawaii. I'll try to say this right. Moana Lua High School in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Tremendous throw there from the quarterback. That's a bender from the left slot receiver, a little 8-yard post route trying to split the safeties. Puts it on a laser beam right on time.
Rotson Kialoe with a nice catch there. Hand off to Floramonte, gets down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Carlos Martinez was in on the tackle that time for the Delta Mustangs. It's an absolutely gorgeous night. Waiting for the snap. Tyler Okayama, he's going to fire this one complete at the 25-yard line. Might have been a horse collar there. The receiver gets all the way down inside the 18-yard line. That's Ivan Hudson on the play.
A little stick route by a slot receiver, saw the blitz, recognized it, and that's his hot read on that particular play. Got it out quick to him.
Yeah, that looks a little bit like a horse collar right there. They didn't call it, though. Bear Cubs continuing to move down the field. Comes Kealoha, and he makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Santa Rosa. Bear Cubs continue the onslaught here in this third quarter with a touchdown on the ground.
And what Delta's doing is at this point in the game, they are blitzing almost every play, multiple linebackers, and Santa Rosa is just calling blitz beaters on offense. First time was the stick route. We saw a swing, and now right there, another blitz beater, a little bubble. Nobody out there, breaks one tackle, touchdown.
Great job by the Bear Cubs offense. The backups getting in the game and doing their thing and adding to this lead. Still a lot of football to play. Andros Pedros pounds it through. And it is now 55-16. Santa Rosa will step aside and be back with the kickoff in just a moment. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Train people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
Bear Cubs adding to the lead, getting some guys in the game that maybe haven't played a lot this year, maybe not at all, and they look pretty darn good, Gehrig. And I think that's, what you really start to build a team with that, because guys get excited about being on the team and knowing that they have a chance to be into the game and make something happen. The kickoff goes deep to Grimm, taken at the 10. He's out past the 20. Nice little shake and bake past the 30. Grimm still rolling, hurdles a man at the 35. And Grimm gets out near the 45-yard line. Very nice return for Darian Grimm.
Yeah, and as you were saying, with the guys that don't play as much being able to get in the game, what that does is it enhances their effort levels in practice, knowing that there's a high chance that they can be in the game and are expected to produce when they get in. So it makes practice a little more fun, and they get they know they're going to have a good chance to get in the game. They're going to work a little harder in practice.
Bear Cubs definitely on a roll right now. We'll see if they can continue at their defense. After giving up a big touchdown early in the game, has really settled down. This pass complete. Grimm has it at the 47, and he's knocked out of bounds by Benjamin. Pickup of 8 yards on that one. Second and a couple now for Delta. Lopes throws this one complete to Grimm. Benjamin almost took it away from him. Now Grimm reverses his field back near midfield. Can he get back the first down yardage? He does. Grimm down into the 41-yard line. Nice job.
Not often you see that, a simple hitch route down here to the bottom, the east side near us. A simple hitch route taken all the way across the field. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen.
It was definitely a little interesting, wasn't it? First and 10. Lopes hands it off, straight ahead. Not much there. Edward Coates is hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. First man on the scene was James Tolliver, another Annaly product.
Stelzner in on the tackle too. Again, those instincts you cannot coach. Stelzner's got them. They got a knack for the football.
Pass over the middle, incomplete. Michael Lockwood putting on some good pressure on Lopes that time. Lockwood out of Cardinal Newman High School, 6'4", 255-pounder. Along that defensive line. Third down. Bear Cubs probably going to look at 4-down territory here for the Mustangs, trailing by this much. They got to try to shake it up a little bit. Mustangs played great in the first half. They've fallen apart here in the third quarter. Lopes to throw. Grimm has it in the flat. Trying to dig for the first down. He will not get there. Keelan Benjamin tripped him up. A penalty marker goes down. Might get called for actually tripping. He used his foot that time to kind of stick it out there and trip him up. Mark Aldridge, a referee, will make the call. And that is exactly what it is.
And that's not something you see very often. Happens all the time, but it's not usually purposefully tripping somebody.
.230 to go here in the third quarter. Lopes looking to pitch. A little option play that time, and Stelzner reads it well and comes up and gets him at the 19-yard line. Nice little drive here for Delta. Not ready to mail it in just yet. And there's a great pass rush that time. And the sack getting there was Jerry Gainey, man from Kingstree, South Carolina.
And the Delta offensive line has had their share of problems this half protecting their quarterbacks.
Third and long. Third and 15 or 16. Lopes to throw, looking into the end zone. He's got a man wide open, caught, touchdown. Jermaine Williams has that one. And Delta scores here in the third quarter. And what's been a disastrous third quarter, they salvage a touchdown.
Third and 15 or 16. Lopes to throw, looking into the end zone. He's got a man wide open, caught.
Interesting, he was the only receiver on that side of the field. You had the corner and the safety, and he was still able to slip past both of them.
Been a while since Delta scored. They had a 16-14 lead, so the Bear Cubs scored 41 unanswered points. Jimenez's kick somehow got through. It was ugly, but he made it. So the score now 55-23 with 1:11 left in the third quarter. Great catch in the back of the end zone. Pretty good throw, too, by Lopes.
Yeah, he had a lot of time, really waited till he cleared the secondary post corner route. And again, I'm surprised he got behind both the corner and the safety. Maybe a route I would come back to if I was Delta.
You see the Mustangs sideline. Very proud program. They really thought that this was going to be a year where they had a chance to win their conference, get into a high-level bowl game after a winning record last year. A couple years ago, they had kind of a horrible season. They beat Santa Rosa last year at the beginning of the year and never really looked back.
And they're probably pretty disappointed at this point in the game because they were in it in the first half, had high hopes, and then the wheels just came off with those 3 interceptions, turned into 21 points for the Bear Cubs.
Dave Cox and Gehrig Hotaling bringing you the action here tonight. Gehrig, assistant coach at Rancho Cotati, offensive coordinator, and you play Montgomery to open up league next week. That should be a great matchup. Vikings are on a roll.
Yeah, they certainly look like a better team this year. Watched a little film on them today already. It's going to be a good game.
Putnam takes this one straight ahead. Putnam bounces to the outside.
That's going to be a late, very late hit, way out of bounds.
Yeah, that's not good. A little frustration, I'm sure. See the kick, kind of a low kick, and Putnam did a nice job getting some yardage out of that.
I like how he's patient, let his block set up.
And there's the late hit.
Yeah, that's completely unnecessary. We hate to see that.
Mark Aldridge letting us know you cannot do that. So the Bear Cubs are going to have decent field position again.
We have another new quarterback.
Yeah, Zach Hugh out of Fortuna High School will come in now to guide the Bear Cubs.
Hopefully all quarterbacks will get to play today.
Yeah, Zach Hugh, a 5'11", 195-pounder. Former Fortuna Husky. 1 minute to go in the third. Hudson has it, gets some downfield blocking. Hudson at the 30, down near the 20. Hudson shows good speed and the ability to get behind the blocker.
And that's just too easy. Delta's making it way too easy on them. They're leaving the slot receivers completely uncovered with a high safety about 12 yards away from them. Just a little play action, there you go. And nice yards after catch.
Donovan Robinson ends up making the tackle that time.
And usually when the slot receivers are uncovered like that, they're adding guys to the box to try to stop them.
I'm going to remind you of the barbecue fundraiser coming up. The SRJC football coaches are going to be grilling tri-tip or chicken. It's a meal for 4 for $45. Get a hold of Coach Lenny Wagner for tickets. It will benefit the Bear Cubs football program. It is going to be October 14th. Daryl Flomonti carries that time.
Yeah, a bit of a broken play. Center snapped it there when the quarterback wasn't ready for it. Usually those type of plays end up in losses. They somehow got 5 out of that.
Again, that Bear Cup fundraiser, October 14th coming up, so make sure you get your tickets for that. As the third quarter of play comes to an end, it is a big lead for the Bear Cubs, 55-23, as they do their thing. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter in just a moment here at Bailey Field.
Or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, Constant, ongoing training is the order of the day because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
As we start the fourth quarter here, Hugh hands off, or Hugh keeps it that time and plunges forward for a few yards. Nice gain there for the quarterback out of Fortuna. Fourth down, see if the Bear Cubs elect to go for it here on fourth and about 2 yards to go. Oh, they're going to let the backup kicker Matt Thompson do his thing. He's excited. He's running on the field.
And interesting, the O-line, the O-line point tells them to go back. We want to go for it here.
Yeah, they were already on the field, and the offense said, "No, we're not leaving the field. We're staying out here. Are you kidding me?" Bear Cubs with a huge lead. Not sure what the confusion is here. Trying to get the clock straightened out, I think. There was definitely a few more seconds that rolled off.
I believe the marker had it wrong.
It's supposed to be third down. That's what it was. Yeah, they had switched it to fourth down, but it's really only 3rd and 1. And that's why the offensive line said, "Get out of here. We got one more play to get this first down." I thought a couple more seconds should have rolled off the clock on the play. I'm saying close enough, guys. Let's get it going. They're going to roll the clock down to 14:50. That's about right. They want it all the way down to 14:30. So making what has been kind of a long game even longer. All right, can we get back to action now, guys? There we go. Roll that clock. Third and 1. New back Willie Lepori is in there with Zach Hugh. Lepori trying to lead the blocking, and they are not going to get the first down. So now they'll get a chance to kick the field goal. Matt Thompson will come on the field.
Quarterback stretch play with the running back being the lead blocker around the edge. Really, the defensive end did a nice job shedding the right tackle, coming off and making the tackle on the quarterback.
Willie Lepori out of Tamales trying to lead block that time. This will be about a 33-yarder for Matt Thompson. Not a chip shot. They'll even make it 34. Let's see if you can add to the Bear Cubs point total right here in the fourth quarter. Delta's thinking block. Here they come. Thompson's kick is a good one, but he missed it. Pushed it to the right. Definitely had the distance, but the Bear Cubs do come up empty on that one. Still 55-23, Santa Rosa. The Delta Mustangs will take over now. And kind of a frustrating evening for them. The afternoon started off pretty good, Gehrig, but the evening, not so much.
It did, and whatever Lenny Wagner and his staff told the Bear Cubs at halftime, it must have sunk it in because they came out, and like you were saying, they boat raced them. 3 interceptions, converted touchdowns on all of them, and Delta's in big trouble.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened in the locker room. Handoff straight ahead. Lewis carries and picks up about 5 yards off the left side. Not sure if they ate something, drank something, what happened in the locker room for the Bear Cubs, but whatever they did, they got to do it again next week for sure. Delta back up to the line quickly. Lopes hands it to Lewis again, and he is hit hard and dropped by Brendan White. Brendan White doing a very nice job defensively, and now a late penalty marker comes down. A little extracurricular activity.
Yeah, and this is probably frustration on the part of Delta here.
Well, again, take a moment to thank our sponsors, Oil Stop, where they are always trying to do the right thing, and State Farm Insurance Agent Don Jump. Really appreciate your support of our live coverage here of Bear Cub Athletics. We hope to do more in the future with the help of the business community, add more games, add more crew, make this a bigger and better thing. The response to our first broadcast was overwhelmingly positive. We've had over 3,000 views all over the country from the Butte game, and we expect a similar response to this one. So thank you again to our sponsors for helping us to make it happen. Bear Cubs defense coming up with another stop, another 3 and out. Delta's had a couple decent drives here in the second half, but the Bear Cubs defense has come up with big plays every time they've needed it. A couple interceptions.
What really stands out to me is really the linebackers, Miles Gardia, Stelzner, those guys pinning their earbacks, getting after it.
Low kick. James will let it bounce. Now he picks it up on a bounce. And James trying to get away from one of the Mustangs and can't do it. He's dragged down. Malik Ransom takes him down. He'll get some forward progress perhaps there to about the 41-yard line. James has had a big night tonight. He hasn't played much here in the late in the third and fourth quarter, but boy, did he make some big plays tonight.
Now you see probably R.J. Flores from Montgomery coming in at quarterback here.
Everybody getting some reps tonight.
Now he's back on the sideline. Cancel that.
It's Zach Hugh.
Hopefully R.J. will get in.
Handoff. Nice hole. Digging out to the 49-yard line, Lapori. Gotta love the guy from Tamales getting into the action.
Yeah, tough little runner.
Nice hole.
Reads his blocks well. Sticks his nose in there. Gets about 8.
49-yard line, Lapori.
Again, leaving the slot receiver uncovered down here. I would look for a little quick throw.
Handoff straight ahead. Not much there as the Delta Mustangs knocked down DeFlorimonte near the line of scrimmage. DeFlorimonte out of Ontario, Canada. So the Bear Cubs look like they're going to go to 3-0 right now, and they certainly, they're number 5 in the state right now. And they showed some offense today, Gehrig, which I think bodes well for them in the future.
They did, and I think they learned a very important lesson after the first half is don't penalize yourselves. Just those mental mistakes end up costing you points. You see what happens in the second half. You don't have a lot of offensive penalties. They score a bunch of points.
DeFlorimonte.
And Mitch Hood has looked great tonight.
Diving forward, but it looks like there is a penalty against Santa Rosa. Yeah, Mitch Hood came alive in the third quarter, and you could see his confidence build. Once he connected on a couple of deep balls, there was no stopping
right.
it.
And I think he was really looking for his go-to receiver. I don't know if he really had one yet coming into this game, and I think he found that guy. in Kurt Johnson.
3rd and 10 from the 42-yard line now. Yeah, Kurt Johnson, some deep balls. Also, Malcolm Jenkins had a very nice catch on a deep ball tonight. Here comes Zach Hugh, keeping on a quarterback sweep. Bunch of penalty markers down.
And that's what the offensive coordinator, Kevin Bellantori, talked to me about before the game. He was talking about the 2 keys. Can we get the inside zone run game going? We saw that with Generic James. Yes, it got going. And can we get the deep ball going? Those 2 things really have worked, especially the second half.
Looks like the Bear Cubs are going to get backed up a little bit more here. What they don't want to do, especially with a big lead like that, is put a damper on things by making a bunch of penalties and doing a bunch of things that your coach is going to make you run for, probably.
Yeah, because you cleaned a bunch of stuff up at halftime and you played really well up to this point. You don't want to take another step back.
Bear Cubs punting unit is going to come on the field now. Dalton Mullins will get a chance to kick one away. Fourth down and 13. Mullins takes the snap. Nice kick. Takes a bad hop and ends up trickling down near the 30-yard line. Bear Cubs defense back on the field with the big lead. 9:40 to go in this one. Mustangs take over. If you're Delta College, you got to try to maybe finish with positive in this one. Something to build on for next week. It's been a very rough second half for them.
Rough second half, and what the Bear Cubs have done well, they all game long, they've been great against the run. First half, they gave up some passes. Now they've really locked in on the secondary this half.
First and 10. Pruitt back in the game. Throws complete out past the 40 to the 41-yard line. Spivey catches that one.
Little deep out route, timing route, about a 12-yard out route. The receiver cut his split way down. Looks like the corners are playing off, trying not to give up the deep ball. And they'll give that up at this point in the game and just rally to it and make a tackle.
First and 10 Delta, low snap. There's been a bunch of those tonight. Pruitt handles it well. Throws far side, complete. Bear Cubs trying to keep him in bounds. And he'll oblige by running straight forward for some reason. Now they do stop the clock near the 40-yard line, a pickup of 17 more yards.
And that's what you want to do if you're Delta right now. These corners or the secondary is playing way off of the receivers, so they're doing little 12-yard outs, 10-yard stops, like right there near the sideline. And you want to take what the defense gives you at this point.
Straight ahead, Nelson hit hard, knocked down. Piliotti was the first guy there. He's had a very good game. 6'1", 255-pounder out of East Anchorage.
And he's tackling people with some force tonight. This is not the first time we've seen him tackle somebody hard.
There's that previous play. 2nd and 9 now for the Delta Mustangs. And that one's just thrown toward one of the Bear Cub coaches. Snagged that.
And that was Lenny Wagner.
Lenny caught that one. Nice catch, Lenny.
And pretended to score down the sideline.
He wasn't known for his hands, was he, back in his day? More for his tackling ability, I believe.
Got a kick out of his players there.
Yeah, let's see if we can pick up the hands right here by Coach Wagner. Very nice.
He's scoring.
Pick 6. He was heading. Yep. Movement on both sides. That one goes against the Mustangs.
one guy that's really caught my attention tonight is number 90, Baxter Ming, defensive end from El Molino. Kind of undersized, but he is doing a great job, pass rush and against the run.
Pruitt escapes the rush, a marker down. Pruitt steps up. They finally get to him.
And that'll be a hold on the offense.
Piliotti, and also getting there was Tagialua.
You're probably going to want to decline this if you're Lenny Wagner.
Yeah, definitely. Go for a 4th down. And that is the case. They do decline it. So the Mustangs punting unit back on the field as we finally hit the 8-minute mark of this game.
And the Bear Cubs aren't putting back a punt returner at this point. They're playing for a fake punt.
Miguel Milan to kick it away. Nice kick. Angled for the far side. Oh, off the fingertips of Williams and into the end zone. So the Bear Cubs will get a touchback out of that.
That would have been a nice special teams play for him to catch it inside the 5-yard line. That would have pinned the Bear Cubs back deep, but unfortunately just off his fingertips.
Definitely had a shot at that. There was a couple of Friday night games. Laney College defeated Feather River 37-10. Diablo Valley 44. Sequoias 28. Our live scoring updates presented by State Farm agent Don Jump. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. 1st and 10, Bear Cubs. Hand on to Floramonte. And he gets out past the 20 to 22 yard line. Sac City leads Modesto 14-6 in the 3rd quarter now. At halftime, Chaffee leads Golden West 14-3.
American RJ Flores in a quarterback from Montgomery.
Oh, here he comes, RJ Flores, indeed, getting some action. And Flores hands it off to D. Floramonte, who makes a nice move at the 30, trying to outrun the defense at the 50, breaks a tackle. He's at the 30, caught from behind inside the 20. Great run for D. Floramonte. Smith caught him from behind. What a run.
And I love the simplicity of Kevin Balatori's spread offense. They only really have 2 run plays, maybe 3. So if his philosophy is do a few things, but do a few things really well instead of a lot of things average.
D. Floramonte almost getting away down that sideline. He may be the Bear Cubs' leading rusher after that. Big run. So we go down under 7 minutes to go now in this ball game. Here he comes again, left side. Actually, that's Willie Lepori, who gets to the 15-yard line for the Bear Cubs, leading it 55-23. Great job by our crew today. Director Forrest Murnane, replays by Dale Watkins. Lorenzo Merlin running the score box and doing the graphics. Really appreciate that. David Day on camera, along with Lorenzo Merlin Sr. up top on the roof. Great job. We had some guys kind of thrown into the fire today, but they pulled it off. I got to admit, they did the job. Great job, fellas. And really appreciate you being with us here today, Gehrig. Hotaling.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Did you guys have practice today?
No.
Took the day off.
Yep.
2nd down and 9.
Hard-fought game yesterday. Give the kids a day off.
Willie Lepori down to the 10. Looking forward to league play starting next week. We'll have the Ukiah Santa Rosa game live on the radio and on ysn365.com live. Also, we'll have some highlights of that, I'm sure. Still have the second half to post. I got the first half of your game last night up. I got to do the second half tomorrow, and we'll have the replay of this game as well.
And the NBL certainly looks a lot stronger this year. A lot of undefeated teams.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting league. Cardinal Newman looks like the odds-on favorite, but after that, it's really up for grabs. Windsor, Santa Rosa, Montgomery, Rancho Cotati, all very strong teams this year. Casagrande is improving. This time the quarterback, R.J. Flores, is dropped back near the 20-yard line.
And he should have gave that one. That's a give-pull option for the quarterback. Clearly should have gave the ball there.
And it's going to be 4th down and 15. Matt Thompson is going to try this again.
And there it is. Defensive end clearly took quarterback there that he should have gave the ball.
Matt Thompson for a 37-yarder. He got the distance. Oh, he had it, but it just went to the right again. He's pushed both of them to the right, so the Bear Cubs do not score.
That one was mishandled by the holder. Not a very good snap either. So that threw off the timing.
There's Matt Thompson. Yeah, you can see just a little hesitation right
Low
there.
Snap. Actually, the holder did a good job of grabbing it and getting it down still, but any time that it's not perfect, messes with the kicker's head a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. So Delta taking over here. It could be their final possession of the night. Handoff. Lewis carries this one, and he is plowed. Big hit right in the middle at the 24. The ball came loose. Bear Cubs say they've got it, and they do. Coming up with the football is Ryan Holden out of El Molino High School. Right man in the right place at the right time. The ball carrier still hasn't got up. Wow, there's a big hit. See if we can see it on the replay, what happened there.
Anytime there's head trauma to an athlete, you really hate to see that.
Looks like we may not have that. Cerritos 21, Palomar 7. That's just at the start of the 4th quarter. East Los Angeles 13, Antelope Valley 13 with 30 seconds left in the 1st quarter. Late start in that one. Fullerton 14, Canyons 7. That game is also just getting underway. Riverside 17, Bakersfield nothing. That game is at the half. Foothill 33, Cabrillo 9 at the end of the 1st half as well. Bunch of games just finishing up the 1st half of play around the CCCAA. California Community College Athletic Association. That's what that stands for. Kind of a mouthful. San Mateo and Fresno. What a game that was. 34-31, won by Fresno. Our live scoring updates presented by State Farm agent Don Jump.
And my wife's alma mater, Grossmont, getting the win, and that's good to see.
Grossmont 35, El Camino 14. You are correct. Grossmont's 3-0. Second down and about 6 yards to go.
So we're seeing 21 personnel right now for the Bear Cubs. That's 2 backs, 1 tight end. Runs some no play.
Flores mixing up things at the line of scrimmage now. DeFlorimonte off the right side, trying to get the 1st down, gets to the 18, a gain of 2.
And the Bear Cub running backs have been really impressive all night. Even when stuff's not really there and broken down, they're able to still get their nose in there and get 3, 4, 5 yards.
Carlos Martinez makes the tackle that time for the Delta Mustangs. And the Bear Cubs have used, 4 different quarterbacks tonight, which is nice to see. Third and 3 from the 18-yard line. R.J. Flores out of Montgomery High School taking the snap. Rolling, trying to buy some time. Nice pass, complete. Jackson Cantu dives there, not going to give him the corner. Say his foot went out at the 3-yard line. Jackson Cantu, another Annalee High School product. Nice job by Flores. He had to roll the opposite way, throw against the grain, and he put that one right on the money, and there's also a penalty marker down.
Yes, we had play action. Yeah, he had to escape to his left, find a guy. Great play by Flores. You can tell he really wanted that touchdown too, reaching for the pylon like that.
I didn't see the flag, but apparently it was well back near the line of scrimmage, so they bring that one all the way back. Jackson Cantu's upset. He thought he had the end zone that time.
Anytime the quarterback escapes the pocket, has to escape the pocket, is forced out, that's when holds usually occur.
3rd and 9. Lapori off the right side, and he's knocked out of bounds near the 20-yard line. See if Matt Thompson will get another shot. He's 0 for 2. Give him another shot, Coach. He's due. Looks like the Bear Cubs are going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th and 7 from the
Yeah, they're going to go.
21-yard line. Yep, the offense is staying on the field. They're going to let this play clock dribble down under 2 minutes. Kevin Ballatore signaling things in. And R.J. Flores brings them up to the line. 4th down. Lapori straight ahead, and he's not going to get there. Manages to get to the 18-yard line. So Delta will take over with 1 minute and 44 to go in this one. Today's game is presented by State Farm Insurance agent Dawn Jump, bringing 25 years of experience to Sonoma and Napa Valley. She'd like to send a personal message to all student athletes. It's not how big you are, it's how big you play. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can find Dawn online at dawnjump.net for home, auto, and life insurance needs. Dawn Jump, State Farm Insurance. Again, one of the best athletes ever to come out of Sonoma County. Great high school softball and basketball player. She probably could have played anything, really. In the Hall of Fame here at Santa Rosa Junior College, having played for Karen Frenchie back in the day. Delta just now, I think, pretty happy to get out of Dodge. It's been a disastrous second half. After leading at 16-14, the Bear Cubs went on a complete and total roll in the 3rd quarter.
What's so disappointing if you're a Delta coaching staff is the drop-off from halftime. They were in the game the first half, and to see them come out like that and go 3 straight interceptions, that's got to be disappointing. 41
unanswered points at one point for the Bear Cubs. There was a lot of big plays, too. Kerr Johnson deep a few times. Jannaric James with an electrifying run. Lopes looking deep. Mark Russell out there, and he can't hang on. Almost. Pretty nice ball. There's been a lot of those tonight. The Delta Mustangs have been deep.
That was a good throw by Lopes. Put it right where it needed to be. The receiver could not hang on. Certainly teaching moments for the Bear Cubs and these defensive players who don't usually get to play much.
That's Tommy Streb on coverage that time for the Bear Cubs out of Cardinal Newman High School.
So anytime you can get in a game, you get film, and then coaches review it with you, and that's how you make improvements.
Fourth down, Delta will be forced to punt again. but they're going to have to do it, I think, a little further back. Penalty marker against them. Penalties actually declined by the Bear Cubs. Bear Cubs are saying, let's just get the ball in play. Let's go. Low snap, low kick. Ben Putnam back, receiving it. He's going to let that one roll, and it rolls out of bounds, which is 48 seconds to go.
So this is time in the game where you'd call the victory formation, kneel on the ball. Be surprised if we did not see that.
So a great second half performance by the Santa Rosa Junior College Bear Cubs, and for the first time this year, it was not just the defense. The offense did their job as well after really kind of sputtering and not taking advantage of the opportunities that they had in the first half.
Yeah, real inconsistent first half, a lot of mistakes or chemistry issues. Certainly got straightened out in the third quarter, so that's something positive they could build on going into the next game.
Victory formation for the Bear Cubs. And that is going to do it for this one. They may have to take one more snap. The play clock and the game clock are off by about 5 seconds, maybe a little less than that. Kevin Ballatoria has got to feel like the monkey has been taken off his back for sure. You know,
he's got to be feeling good right now.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the pressure was on the offense, and they are not going to have to snap it again, apparently, as the play clock is finally reset, which is 20 seconds on the game clock, and that is going to do it for this one.
And that'll alleviate some pressure from the defense, too, knowing they're not going to have to do all the heavy lifting.
So the Bear Cubs pull away in the second half, and they win this one. The final score is 55-23, Santa Rosa over the Delta College Mustangs. A tremendous performance all the way around. The Bear Cubs may improve on that number 5 ranking in the state for sure, and they go to Sac City next week, which is going to be a good game as well.
Should be a good game.
All right, again, want to thank the crew for doing a tremendous job here tonight. Everybody banding together. A lot of guys who hadn't really done what they were asked to do today, but they got it done. And I really appreciate the effort by our young crew today. And Gehrig, Hotaling, really appreciate you stepping up and being here today, and looking forward to seeing the Rancho Cotati Cougars in action later in the year.
Thanks for having me. Go Cougars.
All right, so that's going to do it for our action here today. The Bear Cubs win 55-23. I'm Dave Cox saying goodbye from Bailey Field, and we'll see you again soon right here on YSN365.com.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.